McCourty, of course, playing for the Miami Dolphins this year. Devin McCourty staying up there in New England. They're playing head-to-head week one to discuss and get some drama here stirred up on a Friday morning. Please welcome to dear friends of the show, twin brothers Devin and Jason.
Let's go!
Hey.
Hi, guys.
What's happening, guys?
What's up? Good morning. Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us so early. Jason, I'm going to start with you. You're smilier than Devin. You're down in Miami. So this May, you decide to ink a deal with the Dolphins after 3 seasons up in New England. How much familiarity with former players and coaches factored into joining that squad?
Man, it was big. You know, obviously Flo being here, Boyer, and then guys like E-Roll, E-Rob, Jamal Perry. Those are all guys that I got a chance to play alongside in New England. So obviously whenever you transition to a new team, having some guys that you know is a big deal. But I think more importantly, just this team, this organization, I felt like I'd be a good fit. You said smilier. Obviously down here in Miami is palm trees and sunshine. Opposed to Dev, it's probably a little gray out there heading to training camp. So definitely a great atmosphere to be around.
I'm sure it is. I love this. The division rivalry has already started. You face your brother, your twin brother, twice every year now. Devin, you posted this on your joint Twitter account, which I don't know how that works between the both of you. After Jason signed that deal with the Dolphins, what were your thoughts behind this post? And how fortunate do you feel to have played 3 seasons with your bro?
It was awesome, man. That post is really about the kids. I think they were crushed more than anybody, finding out that their cousins won't be living around the corner and get to hang out with them every Friday. So, but I was happy for them to sign in Miami. But it was an awesome 3 years to be able to play together, talk football every day, scheme, and then obviously living out that dream together for the first time in our careers was awesome. And as you guys can see, camp's about to start, so I have a little trouble on my hands right here.
So who do we have here? You have to introduce her to the world.
This is little London. I know her mom's gonna kill me because she just woke up and she's like, her hair's not done. So I'm gonna get a lot of lashes later for this.
Hey, trust me.
We love you, Doc.
You preach it to the choir, bro. I know that. Okay, so Kay mentioned it a couple of times. You guys are both in the AFC East. The first matchup is week 1. Jason, what is it like going from being teammates to divisional opponents and playing each other twice a year?
Man, it's fun. You know, I think the beginning of our career, we played each other twice. While I was in Tennessee, Dev was in New England, and I remember the first time it was week 1. I was in 2012, and we were both team captains, and standing out there at midfield, really realizing, like, man, this is a dream as little kids. Now we're out here sharing the football field. I think it's going to be a little bit different this year, the fact that we've gotten a chance to play together for 3 years and got to see what that bond was like and go through it and experience it. And like Dev said, to win a Super Bowl and just to go through what we went through the last 3 seasons was awesome. And I think we're going to have a blast. You know, there'll be a lot of trash talking leading up to it and during the game, but competing against friends and family is always a lot of fun.
All right, so trash talking, friends, familiar foes. Guys, this is a huge deal for the fans. The Patriots and Dolphins faced Tom Brady in back-to-back weeks this season. And Devin, particularly for you, you have never faced Brady in an NFL regular season game. So what will that anticipation level be like in Foxborough week 4, and how do you stop this guy?
It's probably going to be one of those things you don't even understand the atmosphere and how crazy it's going to be. I mean, I don't know any time in sports history do you really have a guy that had 20 years in an organization, 6 Super Bowl championships, come back and play. So I can only imagine how crazy the atmosphere. And then, you know, stopping him is going to be tough. We saw it every day in practice of trying to understand his psyche, how he thinks of the game, what he's trying to do against you is tough. And, you know, obviously we saw it so much. So we're going to have a good bank to go into and start to think about some of the things he likes to do. But, you know, it's not just him. They're a super talented team, especially on offense and defense. So trying to stop those guys will be tough. And we got some time before we get there. So we'll have to get better as, you know, training camp goes and then throughout the early part of the season to have a chance against the defending champs.
And then, Jason, you're up next. You get him the very next week. Dolphins, Buccaneers. You're going to watch him go back to Foxborough, go through all of that. And then you got to defend him. Where do you come out?
Man, I think I'll definitely be hitting Dev up to get all of his notes from the week before as I watch that game. But like Dev said, man, a chance to compete against Tom every day in practice, seeing how fiery he is. I know like in 2019 in the offseason, he came up for the mandatory minicamp, and it was just kind of trash talking, yelling from sideline to sideline, and that's the one thing you love about Tom, man. As nice and down to earth as guy as he is, he's one of the most competitive guys I've ever been around.
You know, it's cool for our show. We love you guys. We also love London. We love everyone involved with the McCourty family. We want to shout out to Stacey James and the Patriots PR staff, Jason Jenkins and the Dolphins PR staff. It's cool we can do this in the morning, but it's also cool because, Dev, you have a first-hand view on Cam Newton year 2. What are we getting, and is it different than year 1? Is he healthier? Is it obvious? A lot of Patriots fans want to know because Mac Jones was drafted, but Cam Newton seems to be stealing the headlines thus far.
Yeah, I think it's just comfort. You know, I think last year coming in, obviously, from an X and O standpoint, you know, trying to learn a new system, trying to get up to speed, but also realizing, you know, we're 4 weeks away from the first game and, you know, it's all crunched in there. And trying to do that without any preseason games or anything last year was tough. And he came in and handled it really well. I think you kind of forgot about it as we were leading up into our games, and then we started the early part of the season. And I would say this year, he's just seemed so comfortable in what they're doing as an offense. Obviously, J-Mac knows the trash talking and the competitiveness each day in training camp is still there from last year. But I just think he has a better handle on, you know, what we're doing offensively. And then just how he bonds and knows all the guys in the locker room now in year 2. We don't have to get to know him. You know, that's already been established. He's one of our guys, you know, captain of the team last year. So I think he gets to start off already, you know, a lot of steps ahead of where he started last year. And hopefully that pays off for us as a group. You know, that quarterback room, I think, has come along really well so far. Just, you know, the communication, the back and forth between the defense every day in camp. So we just got to keep at that and keep trying to get better as we prepare for our first preseason game next week.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait to see if Stephon Gilmore can get on the field at some point. That's one of the top corners in the league in that division. There's another really good one too, Jason, on your team. He's one of the best players on defense, Xavier Howard. We're hearing Flores say things are getting maybe a little bit better. What is it like down there with him, given all these things that are going on?
Yeah, man, X is a great dude. I've gotten the opportunity over these early parts of camp to talk to him, get to know him. He does a lot helping the younger guys being out here and just being with his teammates. You know, obviously when it comes to contract and all of that within the team, all of that is personal, and that'll be up to X and the Dolphins to get that stuff done. But as far as just from a teammate standpoint, it's been awesome to be around him. I got a chance throughout his career to watch him out there on the field, and obviously being in the same division, especially last year. I mean, every time you turn the TV on, he had an interception, a punch out, a fumble recovery, something. So he's a great player. He's a great guy to be around. So as a teammate, you're just hoping it gets done sooner than later and get him out there and competing with us every day.
All right, so both of your teams are trying to dethrone the Bills in the AFC East, who seem like the big dogs. All right, that's at least what the fans are saying. I want each of you to give your best sell on why your team is more likely to win the AFC East.
Okay.
Devin, we'll start with you.
Bright and early.
I think for us, it's to understand that we've been in that position, you know, a lot throughout my career of, you know, defending your championship. And, you know, you look at that team, they have everything. You know, you have a great quarterback, a really solid defense that can play you from many different ways, and an offense that, you know, I think throwing the ball, running the ball. So it's going to be tough. I think for us as a team, it'll be about